Hey everyone, WZm&x with RLAH Properties. There's been a lot of buzz lately about the National Association of Realtors lawsuit and how it affects buying and selling homes. Let's clear up some confusion and talk about what this really means for you. This is the condensed, in a nutshell version of this topic. I will be creating a more elaborate version on this topic in the very next future, but for now, I really wanted to give you the basics of what this lawsuit means for both buyer and seller, since these new changes will be taking place in August, so you need to be informed. Here's what you need to know now for what the future of real estate transactions will look like. Before we jump into this video, if you found this channel useful for leveling up your real estate game or you're feeling empowered with what you're learning, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so first, traditionally, here's how commissions worked. For the longest time, sellers have paid both their agent commission and the buyer agent's commission. This commission was negotiable. It always has been. You as a seller hire a real estate agent to list your property. You agree on a commission for your agent services as the listing agent. In the listing agreement, you also offer compensation to the buyer's agent, whatever that might be. Again, that was also negotiable. This gets posted or published on the multiple listing service or the MLS, and buyers don't pay for their agents directly since seller always covered that cost. As a matter of fact, buyers typically never even know what that rate was. They weren't paying it, so no one really asked. Let's set the record straight on commissions. The lawsuit focused on the idea that a 6% commission split, 3% each for buyer and seller agents, was mandatory. This simply isn't true. In my 10 plus years as an agent, I've seen commissions range from 2% to 3%, depending on the listing, but personally, I'd say that the average commission when representing the buyer has been predominantly in the 2.5% range, with a few in the 2% range and even fewer in the 3% range. And when I mean fewer, I mean 1 or 2 transactions at that 3% co-op commission. Being able to negotiate on commissions has always stayed the same. So what has changed? Previously, commission offers were displayed on the multiple listings service or the MLS. Now, that won't be the case. However, sellers can still offer compensation to buyer's agents, just not through the MLS. This compensation can, however, be advertised on brokerage websites, property websites, social media, or even directly to and from agents. For some, this new arrangement where the buyer broker compensation is not published on the MLS has been welcomed by many sellers, and some sellers believe that this equates to no longer having to pay any commission or contribute to any compensation. Sellers will still be able to contribute to a compensation, whether that be closing cost help or home inspection items, a home warranty on the MLS, but they can't publish on the MLS what they're offering to the buyer agent as compensation. Starting in August, they are leaving commissions completely out of the MLS, and they won't be able to enforce it either. Buyers and their agents will now sign a document where the buyer and their agent come up with an agreed upon commission between them, and ultimately the buyer will be responsible for said commission. But the buyer and buyer's agent can still request from a seller for the seller to contribute to that buyer agent commission. The buyer and the buyer's agent will now have to find out by other means, remember, not the MLS, what that seller is willing to contribute to the buyer's agent commission. That can be done in a number of ways, just not on the MLS again. So as I mentioned before, it's okay to publish compensation on a broker website, a property website, agent's website, through a phone call, through an email, but not on the MLS. MLSs are washing their hands clean of anything that has to do with commissions for the buyer. Why should sellers still offer buyer agent compensation? Here's the thing. While you may think you're saving money by not offering compensation, it might hurt your chances of selling quickly and for the best price. Here's why you still want to offer compensation. Number 1, standing out from the crowd. In a competitive market, offering buyer agent compensation makes your property more attractive. It shows buyers and their agents that you're a serious seller, willing to work towards a smooth transaction. Number 2, agent expertise matters. Buyer's agents are skilled negotiators who guide their clients through the complexities of buying. They advocate for the buyer's best interests, which can ultimately lead to a smoother sale and potentially a higher offer for you, seller. And for you, that means a less messy transaction when there's a competent agent on the other side of this transaction. Number 3, you are getting offers from pre-qualified or pre-approved buyers. Buyer's agents typically work with pre-approved buyers, meaning they're already vetted for financing. This reduces the chances of a deal falling through due to loan issues, saving you time and frustration. Number 4, this is a sales transaction. You are going to negotiate. Remember, commission is negotiable. If you receive an offer that includes a buyer agent commission you're not comfortable with, negotiate. There's always room for discussion. Here's the takeaway. The goal is to sell your home quickly and for the best price. Offering buyer agent compensation can be a strategic investment, especially in a competitive market. And this is my personal opinion, but I'm really optimistic here on this, sellers. You're paying for the value that your agent brings to the table. I think now both buyer and seller have to really value the job of the agent on both ends. There's going to be more transparency, more communication, all good things. And it's going to make agents level up on their game as well. What happens, seller, if you don't offer buyer agent compensation? Let's say you list your home for more than the market suggests and you don't offer buyer agent compensation. If your house sits for a while with minimal interest, you might have to lower the price anyway. This could put you at a disadvantage compared to sellers who are willing to offer compensation. So sellers, you still want to make your home stand out from the competition. If there are 5 houses on the market and only one of them is willing to offer or work with a buyer with buyer agent compensation, guess where most of the buyers are going to flock to? So sellers, don't close yourself off from the possibilities. Be open to negotiations. And also remember, most buyers already have it hard enough saving up for their down payment. Most buyers will definitely be looking for those homes where their seller is open to helping them out. Don't shoot yourselves in the foot. Be open to the possibilities. Communication is going to be key. This new situation requires open communication with your listing agent, sellers. Discuss different scenarios and negotiation tactics to be prepared for anything and everything. All in all, sellers, some things have changed for you, but some haven't. Buyers, it's your turn now. We've been talking about the NAR lawsuit impact on sellers, but there's some important news for buyers as well. Here's the deal for you buyers. Number 1, buyer-broker agreements are now mandatory. Before you even step foot into a single house, you'll need to sign a formal agreement with your chosen real estate agent. This protects both you and your agent, outlining your rights and responsibilities in the buying process and coming up with an agreed commission or flat fee on the sale. This will include not just in-person tours, but virtual tours as well. So if you think you can get off the hook because you send your agent out to FaceTime or video call you to show you the listing, it's not going to work. Now, if you're not sure you want to work with an agent, but you just have to see this house that went on the market, you may want to write up an agreement for just one day or just this one listing. But you've got to have an agreement signed. Understand the fines are hefty for real estate agents and brokers for not complying with this new rule. Number 2, don't expect free agent services. Think of it like hiring a lawyer. You wouldn't expect a lawyer to work for free, right? Your real estate agent is your advocate, your negotiator, and guide in the biggest financial transaction of your life. And most of us agents are really good at this. Be prepared to offer some compensation for their expertise and hard work. Number 3, negotiation is key. Buyers, remember, you can negotiate the commission or compensation you offer your agent. It's not a fixed number. In a not so distant video, I'll give you some real life scenarios of what this conversation and agreement may look like. So stay tuned for that in the very near future. Number 4, don't bank on rolling commission into your loan. While it's been rumored, it's not currently possible to include your agent's commission in your mortgage. So why is all of this important? A good real estate agent is worth their weight in gold. They'll fight for your best interests. They're your champion, negotiating the best price and terms for your dream home. They'll save you time and hassle. They handle paperwork inspections and navigate the complexities of the buying process. Also, they'll offer expertise and guidance. They have the knowledge and experience to make informed decisions and avoid costly mistakes down the road. So just a thought, for such a long time, buyers had no clue how much their agent was getting paid. They never asked, well, how much are you getting paid to represent me? Some were totally clueless, and that's not a good thing either, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is I agree that buyers should be able to know, 1, to control, 2, and 3, to compensate their own agents or contribute to the compensation of their own agents. And it will be tied to their offer for a property. And I really do think that's a good thing. So buyers, what should you do? Number 1, interview agents. Find an agent who aligns with your needs and personality. Look for someone with a proven track record, excellent communication skills, and the ability to adapt to changing market conditions. Check out their reviews on Google, on their website, or other platforms. But most importantly, you have to like this agent because you're going to be spending a lot of time with this agent. And you're going to get to know each other very well. So make sure you and the agent vibe. Very important. Ask friends and happy homeowners who they use to list or buy their house. Interview those agents, but please don't pick the first agent that you talk to or find. Do your research. Another thing, be prepared to offer compensation. While the amount is negotiable, show your agent you value their services. This is so important. And remember, you get what you pay for. So if you decide that your contribution is going to be minimal, you may find agents that are willing to do it for cheaper. But also keep in mind that services to you will be reflected on that compensation. Also, embrace the change. This new landscape might require more upfront planning and communication, but it also leads to greater transparency and fairness in the buying process. And you'll get to give a little recognition to your agent, which now should give you more reasons to vet them, since you will most likely be contributing to their commission. Remember, buying a home is a significant investment. Invest in a great real estate agent to guide you every step of the way. It's still too early to say exactly how these changes will play out. However, I believe they will bring more transparency to real estate transactions. Both buyers and sellers will be more aware of their negotiation power. Commissions might go down for buyers' agents, but some seller agents might face more negotiation from sellers too. I do believe this is going to level out the playing field. As agents, more than ever, we have to show our worth to our clients. As I mentioned earlier, this is just an overview of these new changes coming to us in August. I will be posting some videos where I go into detail for both buyer and seller. So be on the lookout for those where we will dive deeper in what these changes mean for both specifically. Like what you heard, hit that like button and subscribe for more real estate insights. If you have any questions about these rules, feel free to email me. I'm here to help. Till the next video.